Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inshallah, today we'll be starting the fifth lesson. We'll be going over a bit of revision and then going through or finishing off module number 2. So when we first started off, I had told you guys that there's a page which is similar to teacher's notes, and that tells you what you're going to take in the first module, second module, etc. First module, we took a tahiyyat wa ta'aruf. We learned how to greet, how to introduce yourself to others, how to ask about people's countries and their nationalities. And then you also learned how to use these words to question, which were hal, min, aina, ma, and then we learned hadha and hadihi. So going over revision, Brother Shamir and Brother Alam Gheer, please could you converse according to what we learned in the first module? Bismillah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Shamir, Akhi Shamir.
Brother Shamir, you're on mute.
wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
كيف حالك أنت؟
بخير والحمد لله. وكيف حالك أنت؟
بخير والحمد لله.
ما أين أنت؟
No.
من أين أنت؟
أنا ألماني. أنا من ألمانيا.
No, so you must say the correct thing. If it says min aina anta, ana min Almania.
أنا من ألمانيا. ومن أين أنت؟
أنا من الهند.
ما شاء الله.
Right. Now,
هل أنت هندي؟
Pardon?
هل أنت هندي؟
أنا هندي.
ما شاء الله. ما شاء الله.
Right. Introduce, imagine you've got your whole family, your father, mother, children. Introduce everyone.
هذا والده بدر.
Waliduhu, it means his father. You want to speak about my father. هذا والدي.
والده.
No, walidi.
هذا والدي. هذا والدي بدر. هذه والدته خديجة.
Walidati with a ya only.
والدتي خديجة.
Khadija.
خديجة. وهذا ابني زيان. وهذا ابني أيامن.
Inshallah. And Brother Alam Gheer, introduce your side and tell me what they do. You can make up any professions or you can use whatever you want to use.
يا شيخ أخي الشمير, do you see this? هذه صورة أسرتي. Okay. Right now I'm pretending to be Abdullah.
Are you reading from the book?
No, I have made a chart.
Or you have made a chart?
So I will introduce, I'm right now Abdullah, and I will introduce his family. So
I sorry, 1 second. Are you reading from your notes?
No, yeah, I have just made the names and
Okay, not from your notes, from your mind.
Off my mind, okay. So okay. هذه صورة أسرتي. هذا والدي عالمگير وهو محاسب.
MashaAllah. Muhasib means an accountant.
Accountant, yeah. وهذه والدتي عبد الله وهو معلمة.
وهي
معلمة.
أحسنت.
وهذه أخي بلال.
هذا أخي.
وهذا أخي بلال وهو طالب. وهذه أختي فاطمة وهي طالبة وهذه جدي وهذا جدي وهذه جدتي.
Ahsant, well done. So, mashallah, you're getting used to it. Then in the second module, again, we went over different parts of the family. Right. Please, could you tell me about the family tree of the Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Brother Shamir, you can start for as much as you remember that we took in the book.
هذا جدي عبد المطلب.
No. So when you're saying, I think there's a whiteboard here. Let me show you something. So I left this on purpose to tell you a bit later, and I would have wanted to tell you even further on. But since it's come up, every Arabic word or letter, etc., you can, everything in Arabic you divide into three, right? I'm going to make three columns. Sorry, I'm writing with my mouse, but you'll understand. Everything you see is either going to be a noun, or it's going to be a verb. Just excuse my writing, just understand. Or it's going to be what they call a harf. Harf is neither a noun nor a verb. So a noun means in Arabic ism. So what's a noun? A noun is a name of something. Kitab, qalam, Musa, Isa, Bayt, etc. That's an ism. A verb is called fi'l. Fi'l. And what's not a name or not a verb is called a harf. So for example, when you using hal and min and ba, etc. So for example, when you say wallahi, the waw at the front is called, is from the huruf al-qasam. And we'll get into that. So now, when you got a noun, example, what did you use? You said jad. Here's the word jad, a grandfather. Now, this grandfather could be someone general. So you say, I saw a father, a grandfather, a this, or it belongs to somebody. Now, when you're talking about belonging, it either belongs to me, or it belongs to us as a group, or it belongs to you, or it belongs to him or her. Is that clear? It's logic. It can't belong to anyone or anything else. So for example, this phone either belongs to me, or it belongs to you, or it belongs to him, or it belongs to her, or it belongs to us. Okay? Right. Now, what they were trying to tell you is that if you want to say something belongs to me, take this noun. Notice how we're not touching the verbs yet, and we're not touching the huruf. We're taking nouns. If this noun belongs to you, add a ya. So you want to say my grandfather, you say jaddi. And if you want to say your grandfather, you say jadduka with a fatha. And if you want to say your grandfather to a female, you say jadduki. And if you want to say his grandfather, you say jadduhu with a ha. And if you want to say her grandfather, you say jadduha. Right? These are called, these here at the end, they're called dhama'ir. And later on we'll take different types of dhama'ir, muttasil, munfasil, etc. For now, this is all I want you to know. So you will take the noun as is, and then you will look, who does it belong to? So this grandfather, whose grandfather are we talking about? Is it my grandfather, jaddi, your grandfather, male, jadduka, or female, jadduki, or his grandfather, jadduhu, or her grandfather, jadduha, grandfather in all of them. Huh? So now, when you come to the family tree of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we're speaking about his family tree, his father, his uncle, his children. So what are you going to use? Are you going to say هذا جدي, Shamir? Which one are you going to use from here?
جدها, right?
No, جدها means her. It's for feminine. Talking about his. We're going to say
جده.
جدهو.
جده, yeah.
This one here. Okay? Brother Alam Gheer, you understand?
Yes, alhamdulillah.
So let's practice quickly. Brother Alam Gheer, if you're telling somebody, you're saying your grandfather and you're addressing a female, what do you say?
هذه
No, just don't leave
هذه
هذه. I just want, it's either say جدك, جدك, جده, جدها, or جدي. What are you going to say?
جدها.
No, you're
جدها.
saying your grandfather to a female.
My okay, I would say جدي.
No,
جده.
you are standing and you see your wife.
هذا جدي, my grandfather.
Right. Then?
هذا هذا جدك. I think when there's a car, it's a male.
Yes.
هذه جدك.
No. هذا جدك. So as for هذا and هذه, notice how this noun, again, let's go into a bit more detail. It's a different color here. You're going to pick this up. This is still further to come, but since you guys are getting a little bit confused, I'll explain it to you here. When we speak about the noun here, look here, where I put a red box, jad. This is a noun. It could either be masculine or it could be feminine, right?
Yes.
Yep.
That's the first part. So if it's jad, it means a grandfather. And if it's jaddah, it means grandmother. So I'm going to write jaddah here on the side. Just imagine we've just left this on the side. There's a reason why I'm doing this. This is jaddah for all practical purposes. Right. Now, if you want to say my grandfather, you will take this word and say jad, adaya, jaddi, my grandfather. If it's my grandmother, the word already is feminine, jaddah, and then you're adding a ya, so you say jaddati. Okay?
Jaddati, yes.
Right. Now listen further. Let's find another color. As for هذا and هذه, this is referring to the actual noun. So this is referring to this, not to who it belongs to. When you want to see whether you want to use هذا or هذه, let's find one more color. You are looking at this here. Before you add any possession, you are looking at this here. So for example, if your wife's grandfather walks in front of you and you with your wife, and what do you tell her? You say, you're speaking about a grandfather. You're speaking about a jad, masculine. So you're going to use the word hada jad. And you're telling your wife, this is your grandfather, hada jadduki. Do you understand? Do you understand that breakdown? It will take a bit of practice for you to get it. Do you understand?
When you said هذا جدك, why did you use he?
Because you are addressing your wife and you're telling her, that man, this man here, he is your grandfather. He's not my grandfather.
Okay. Like her grandfather. Okay. Yeah. هذا جدك, your grandfather. Okay, got it.
But because she's with you, because your wife is with you and you're addressing her, you're telling her, هذا جدك, this is your grandfather, or أهذا جدك, is this your grandfather? However, let's say your wife is absent and you're with one of your friends, and then your wife's grandfather walks in front or is passing, and then you tell him that, you know what, that's my wife's grandfather. So what do you say? هذا جدها, because هذا, you're referring to this in front of you. Who is he? He's a grandfather. Who does he belong to? My wife. هذا جدها, this is her grandfather. You understood?
Yeah, but quite confusing.
No, it's very easy. It's
I
called
mean,
practice.
it's not. No, yeah, it requires practice. Not confusing, but
That's
requires
all.
practice.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to share this. Go back. I'm going to come here. Here's my book. Right. Now, so when you're talking about the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you're speaking about his. Right. So tell me about the family of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tell me about his grandfather, his parents, his grandfather and his parents.
هذا جده عبد المطلب وهذا جدتي.
No, you're saying Jaddati means my grandmother.
Oh, sorry. هذا جدتها.
No, there's no grandmother written in that story. It's speaking about
right.
Brother Alam Gheer. Try father and mother. Brother Alam Gheer, are you with us?
هذا yeah. هذا والده عبد الله.
Ahsant, Abdullah. Ahsant. So you must make your lam full. Abdullah.
هذا والده عبد الله.
Ahsant. And his mother?
هذه والدتي.
No, walidati means my mother. Walidatuhu.
Yeah, exactly. You said who will be used for his or her. هذا his who. هذا والدته.
هذه, huh? Walidah, the word is feminine.
هذه والدته آمنة.
Ahsant.
Yeah, so هذه is for her, and والدته is like who is the personal pronoun for belonging, no?
Yes, and then the last part is belonging. Tell me about his uncles.
Okay. هذا the uncle is
نعم.
هذا عم.
هذا عمه العباس.
هذا عمه العباس. هذا وهذا عمه حمزة.
Okay, so Hamza got no alif lam. Just learn it as that for now. وهذا عمه حمزة.
وهذا عمه حمزة. وهذا عمه أبو طالب.
Ahsan, right, brother Shamir, tell me about the children of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
I don't know the names.
Try a few.
Freeze there.
هذا بنتي.
No, binti means
my
daughter.
بنت. Yeah. هذا.
They used ibnuhu and ibnatuhu.
Okay. هذا ابنه إبراهيم. هذه ابنتي
فاطمة means my daughter.
هذا ابنته.
Okay, let me go for you. Brother Alam Gheer, you want to try before I try?
Yeah. So هذا ابنه هذا ابنه القاسم. هذا ابنه عبد الله. هذا ابنه إبراهيم. هذه ابنته. Sorry?
That's 3 sons.
Yeah. هذه ابنته فاطمة. هذه ابنته رقية. هذه ابنته زينب. هذه ابنته كلثوم.
huh? There's nothing to make it dhamma. وهذه ابنته كلثوم. أحسنت. Well done, especially since we haven't yet taken that lesson in detail. We will take it in detail, but for now you're picking up and you're learning how to speak, and it's also good to struggle a little bit because it will train you to think, and inshallah you'll pick it up. Any questions here, or can we carry on?
How do I say his grandmother?
جدته. Jaddah, grandmother. His grandmother, Jaddatuhu.
Okay. And so her grandmother is Jaddatuha, and your grandmother is
جدتك
Jaddatuki. Jaddatuki. Okay, all right.
Excellent. Right, next one. Here we've got al-mufradat. They're just teaching you a little bit more about the family tree. So you've got shajara, that's a tree. Here you've got Adnan, who is the father. These are his children. So what they want to tell you is the son is called Ibn, daughter is called Ibnah. His brother is the uncle of these two, so he's known as Am, and his sister is the aunt, so that's Amma. So that's all they wanted to tell you. Then they tell you join between the word as well as the correct picture. Then now we come to another role play. Both of you can read. One can be al-um and the other can be al-ab. Brother Shamir, you can be al-um, and Brother Alam read al-ab.
هذا أذنان الفجر.
Look again inside. هذا
أذنان الفجر.
Adhan.
Oh, sorry. هذا آذان الفجر.
Not adhan. Adhan is the plural for ears. هذا adhan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That's adhan.
All right.
Right? Al-ab.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أين الأولاد؟
سعد في how is it حمام يتولى.
سعد في الحمام يتوضأ. So yes.
Sheikh, أنا سؤال. I have a question.
نعم. عندي
Shall I read
عندي سؤال.
Yeah, Sheikh, عندي سؤال. Do I have to read the Dhamma as at the end, the Fatha, for example, like أين أولاد? Because I'm here a bit confused.
Because what?
When I'm reading the text, do you have to read the Dhamma at the end? أين الأولاد?
For now, whilst you're learning, because it will make your grammar easy. However, when you're speaking, أين الأولاد?
Okay, I will repeat now. Okay. وأين سعيد؟
سعيد في غرفة.
في الغرفة. So always remember this alif and lam.
Okay.
This alif hamzatul wasl, so you join the two. في الغرفة.
Okay. سعيد في الغرفة يقرأ القرآن.
أحسنت.
وأين سعيدة؟
سعيدة في المصلي. There is something in there.
في المصلى.
مصلى.
في مصلي, your ya will have two dots. It's مصلى.
Okay. مصلى. All right. I didn't know that. I don't know that. مصلى تصلى.
تصلي. Now there's the two dots. Can you see? So here you say.
Okay. Yeah. All right. مصلى تصلي.
أحسنت.
أين المعطف؟
معطف with a كسرة.
Sorry. أين المعطف؟
هذا هو المعطف يا والدي.
وأين النظارة؟
هذه هي النظارة يا والدي.
هيا بنا إلى المسجد.
سعد وسعيد. حي بنا. هيا بنا.
So I know there's words you didn't understand, but we're going to go to the vocab, and from here you guys are going to figure it out, then we're going to go back to that role play, and then you're going to tell me the meaning. So read the word, tell me what it is in English, and let's see if you know. Brother Alam Gheer, you take the first. Brother Alam Gheer, you take the first line.
Okay. Masjid, mosque. Musalli, the worshipper.
No,
Oh, sorry.
musalla.
Musalla is the prayer room.
Yes, like a prayer
or
room.
the masjid.
No, in fiqhi terms, there's a difference between a musalla and a masjid and a masjidul jami'. Inshallah, we'll take that when we go into fiqh.
Yeah.
But basically,
Like
masjid is generally where you've got your 5 times salawat all day, and masjidul jami', or where they performing Jumu'ah, also in that masjid. Musalla, they might not be 5 times salah. So for example, at work, you've got a small prayer room, etc. So as you said, again, be careful of the ya. If you say musalli, it means a person performing salah, a worshipper. Right,
exactly,
next.
Yeah. Al-Quran, Quran, Hayya Bina. I don't know this one.
Well, guess. The father said, Hayya bina ila al-masjid. To the masjid. What would they do? He's saying, let's go.
Let's go or run to the masjid.
Yeah, let's go.
Hurry to the masjid. Hurry. Okay. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go. You use the word let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Shamir, second line.
Nallarat.
What do you think it is?
It should be goggles, right? Spectacles.
Yes, glasses.
Shown there.
Glasses.
Yeah. All right. How do I read this? Mi'taf?
Yes, mi'taf.
Mi'taf.
This is
jacket.
Jacket. And these days in Arabic, they also use the word jacket. So you can get away with it also.
All right.
Next.
Urfat.
Either say ghurfatun or say ghurfa. Either read the haraka. Don't stop.
Okay. All right. Urfatun.
Living room. Ghain. Ghurfatun.
Urfatun.
Not urfatun. Not ayn. Ghain.
Okay. Again, how do I pronounce urfatun?
Brother Alam Gheer.
غرفتun.
Ahsant. You heard ghain. Like you gargling.
Yeah. Ghain.
Ghurfatun.
Ghurfatun.
You have to work on that.
Ghurfatun. Okay.
That means a room.
Okay. Room. Okay. Hammam.
Is a
washroom.
Yeah, bathroom.
Washroom. Yeah. Okay.
Washroom, bathroom. Right.
Okay,
on my whiteboard, I had told you about what's an ism, a noun. Now here in this exercise, this module, they also introducing you to a few verbs. Okay? So, Brother Alam Gheer, read these and tell me what they mean.
يتوضأ.
يتوضأ, always dhamma unless something changes it to fatha.
The last sign which we in our language, what we learned, Hamza. So is it what? Because I'm used to the different kind of like 13 line Quran where they have a different kind of the signs, i'rab.
No, here is يتوضأ. There's a time where it can become يتوضأ, and there's a time where it can become يتوضأ. We'll learn that later on in grammar. For now, read it as يتوضأ.
يتوضأ
means
يقرأ.
Means
the first one is performing. يتوضأ mean performing wudu, and يقرأ reciting Quran. يصلي to perform prayer, and then I think the next ones are the is the noun. Father. Sorry, is the mother. Is father. Then we have adhan. Adhan is a noun.
Yes, and that's the adhan, call to prayer.
And then and then al-fajr, which is also a noun, fajr prayer. Awlad,
right?
awlad being children. I think it's also a
Plural.
noun.
Ahsant.
And ibn means son.
Ahsant. Stop there. Right, let's go back to this role play. Translate for me. The mother says, هذا أذان الفجر. What is she saying, Shamir?
Did you hear does the adhan for Fajr happen,
Yes,
right?
this is the adhan
Oh,
of Fajr. The father says, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Then he says, أين الأولاد? Alam Ghir, what does that mean?
I have the guess. Awlad is like, where are you children? I think he's saying.
Yeah, أولاد means
I
children.
will,
Aina means where. So he's asking the mother, where are the children?
yeah,
I.e., it's
yeah,
time for Salah. Where are the children? So the mother says,
yeah.
سعد في الحمام يتوضأ or يتوضأ. Brother Shamir, what does that mean?
that they are performing the ablution.
No. Sa'ad,
His
No,
name is
okay.
Saad.
word for word. Sa'ad is, you the one who told me hammam means washroom. Sa'ad is in. He means in the washroom. What's he
Alright.
doing? Yatawadda'u, making wudu, and here's his.
Okay. Yeah, I only recognize it all. Alright.
Right.
Fill mean in.
Yeah.
Pardon?
The fill is not the preposition.
Yes. Means in. وأين سعيد؟ Where is سعيد؟ هذا عالم غير. سعيد في الغرفة يقرأ القرآن.
And Saeed is in the living room reciting Quran.
Yes, you can say room. For now.
Okay.
وأين سعيدة؟ Where is سعيدة؟ سعيدة في المصلى تصلي. هذا شمير.
Sa'idatun is doing the prayers.
You're taking shortcuts. في المصلى means in the مصلى, the prayer room. تصلي, she is performing صلاة. أين المعطف؟ هذا هو المعطف يا والدي. عالم غير.
أين المعطف? Where is the jacket? هذا هو المعطف يا والدي. This is the jacket, oh father.
Yes. وأين النظارة means, and where is the pair of glasses? Brother Shamir, what does this mean? هذه هي النظارة يا والدي.
Here is the goggles, mother, right? Walidi is father, so father.
Yes, so goggles, for us, we say goggles when we're talking about swimming goggles or work goggles. As for these, we call them glasses or spectacles.
Okay.
Then he says, Hayya bina ila al-masjid, means let's go to the masjid. Sa'ad and Sa'id, they reply, they say, Hayya bina, let's go. So I want you guys to practice. Inshallah, you've got the weekend to practice. And we'll stop here. We're trying to keep our lessons at roughly 30 minutes, not go over. A lot of vocab and a lot of rules, and I'm going to test you on those ضمائر inshallah. جده, جدها, جدي, جدك, etc. Also, you can learn from this new role play, and you got a small introduction to the verbs. And with practice, everything will stick, inshallah. And with practice, you'll be able to differentiate immediately what's ism, a noun, what's a fi'l, a verb, and what's a harf, which is neither an ism nor fi'l, inshallah. We've got 2 minutes left. Any questions quickly? Any questions? No questions?
Actually, when Brother Alamgir was mentioning about the family, he said something about. He did something in the no, not the picture. He said something about the introduction. Can you say that again? Al-Usrati something.
Said هذه صورة أسرتي. So in the previous lesson,
I just made this chart, and I remember the name of the chapter, because last time when Sheikh was asking me to give this a brief introduction, I didn't even remember the name of the chapter, so I just remember something, and I just said at-ta'aruf, but it was at-tahiyyatu wa-ta'aruf, and then I realized, I should also remember the next chapter name,
You know what you should do at the end, either before the lesson or now at the end, just spend 2-3 minutes, summarize whatever you've taken. Eventually, every chapter you must just summarize in 1 page. And then you go over that summary or master that summary. So eventually, after you've taken like 8 modules in this book, you have a 8-page summary, which you know what's going on. There's just less than a minute left. If there's anything, inshallah, write it down.
So, but
Yes.
but the Shami was asking me about so this is, it was simple thing, like, had hadihi suratul usrati.
Usrati. This is
So
a
surah
picture.
is a picture,
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I got it now.
and hadihi because it's a feminine.
Yalla, your
Sheikh told us that
cut is,
the
your phone
feminine.
is
So
going to cut off. And inshallah, if there's anything, leave it for
yeah.
the next lesson. Fi amanillah.
All
Assalamu
right.
alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.